A very fresh morning to all my dear students. Welcome back to mathematics class. Students, you have learned about integers earlier. Let us revise the main concepts again. Students, before solving the given questions, let us quickly revise the main points again. The collection of whole numbers and negative numbers are called integers. Thus, integers are the collection of numbers of the type -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. The numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. are called positive integers, and the numbers -1, -2, -3, etc. are called negative integers. The number 0 is neither positive nor negative. Integers can be represented on the number line. All the positive integers are on the right hand side of 0, and all the negative integers are on the left hand side of 0. On the number line, the numbers increase as we move towards the right and decrease as we move towards the left. To find the predecessor of an integer, we move one step to the left of that number on the line. For example, predecessor of -2 is -3. And to find the successor of an integer, we move one step to the right of that number on the number line. For example, successor of -4 is -3. The sum of two positive integers is positive, and the sum of two negative integers is negative. While adding a positive number to a negative number, first the signs are ignored and the smaller number is subtracted from the larger number. Then the sign of the larger number is given to the result or answer. If two integers are added and the sum is 0, then each number is called the additive inverse of the other. For example, -3 and 3, 8 and -8, 11 and -11 are additive inverse of each other. Subtracting an integer from another integer is same as adding the additive inverse of the integer being subtracted to the other integer. So now, let us solve the given questions. Question number 1. Write the opposite of 20. Students, in this question, we have to write the opposite of 20. And we know that Negative numbers are the opposite of positive numbers, and the positive numbers are the opposite of negative numbers. Just in English language, the opposite of hot is cold. Similarly, in the number system, the opposite of 20 is minus 20. Thus, the answer of this question is minus 20. Now, question number 2. List all the integers between minus 2 and 9. Students, we know that the integers between minus 2 and 9 are minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, question number 3. Write 4 negative integers greater than minus 10. Students, we know that negative integers having smaller numerical value is always greater than the integer having greater numerical value. Thus, to write 4 negative integers greater than minus 10, we have to write the negative integers having smaller numerical value than minus 10. So, let us write 4 negative integers greater than minus 10. Thus, 4 negative integers greater than minus 10 are minus 9, minus 8, minus 7 and minus 6. Now, question number 4. Write 4 negative integers less than minus 15. Students, we know that in order to write 4 negative integers less than minus 15, we have to write the negative integers having greater numerical value than minus 15. Thus, 4 negative integers less than minus 15 are minus 16, minus 17, minus 18 and minus 19. Now, question number 5. Following is the list of temperature of 5 places in India on a particular day of the year. Read the table carefully and answer the following questions. Students, in this question, we have to answer the given questions, and we know that the word above indicates positive integer and the word below indicates negative integer. That is, if the word above is given, we have to write positive integers, and if the word below is given, then we have to write negative integers. Also, we know that for the coldest place, we have to consider smallest negative integer. So now, let us write the answer of the given question by observing the table very carefully. Solution 5. Sum A. In Delhi, temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. Manali, minus 7 degrees Celsius. Jaipur, 30 degrees Celsius. Srinagar -4 degree Celsius. And Ladakh -14 degree Celsius. Now some B. Ladakh is the coolest place. Now some C. In Delhi and Jaipur, the temperature is above 5 degree Celsius. Now, question number 6. Find the sum of the following. Students, before solving question number 6, let us quickly revise the rules of addition of integers. Rule number 1. While adding the integers of same sign, simply add the numbers and put the same sign. And rule number 2. While adding the two integers of different sign, subtract the smaller number from the larger number and put the sign of the larger number. So now let us solve question number 6, keeping in mind the rules of addition of integers. Sum A 45 and -5. Students, in this question, we have to find out the sum of 45 and -5. And we know that 45 is a positive integer and -5 is a negative integer. Thus, both of these integers have different signs. So, we have to subtract as a whole number from bigger number to smaller number by ignoring the sign. Thus, subtracting 5 from 45, we get 40. Students, we get the answer in positive, as we know that positive integer 45 is greater than negative integer -5. Now sum B, -14 and -14 equals to -14 plus -14. Students, we know that both the integers have same sign. So, we have to add the integer as a whole number and answer we will get with same sign. So, let us add both the integers as a whole number by ignoring the minus sign and place minus sign before the result, as common sign is minus. Thus, adding 14 to 14 as a whole number, we get 28, and placing minus sign before 28, we get -28. Thus, -14 plus -14 equals to -28. Now, sum C, 216 -122 and -78 equals to 216 plus -122 plus -78. Students, we know that when there are more than two integers, we can regroup the integers and make a pair of integers. So, let's regroup the integers and solve some C. Thus, regrouping the integers, we get 216 plus minus 122 plus minus 78. Now, solving the bracket and keeping ungrouped integer 216 as it is, we get 216 plus minus 200. Now, subtracting smaller number 200 as a whole number by ignoring minus sign from a greater number 216, we get 16. Thus, 216 plus minus 122 plus minus 78 is 16. Students, we get the answer in positive as 216 is greater than 200. Now, sum D, minus 25, 35 and minus 20 equals to minus 25 plus 35 plus minus 20. Let us regroup the integer with negative, negative. Thus, regrouping the numbers, we get minus 25 plus minus 20 plus 35. Now, adding 25 and 20 as both the integers have minus sign and keeping positive integer 35 as it is, we get minus 45 plus 35. Now subtracting 35 from 45 as one integer is positive and one integer is negative, we get 10 and placing minus sign before 10 as 45 is greater than 35, we get minus 10. Thus, minus 25 plus 35 plus minus 20 is minus 10. Now, question number 7. Find the value of 52 minus 29 minus 6. Students, in this question, we have to subtract the integers, and we know that subtraction of integers is same as addition of additive inverse. We also know that we have to find out the additive inverse of the integers that are being subtracted. So, in this sum, we have to find the additive inverse of minus 29 and minus 6 as they are being subtracted. So now, let us solve question number 7. First of all, writing the additive inverse of both the integers minus 29 and minus 6. Additive inverse of minus 29 is 29 and additive inverse of minus 6 is 6. Now, let us solve this sum. Adding additive inverse of minus 29 and minus 6 to 52, we get 52 plus 29 plus 6. Now adding 52, 29 and 6. We get 87. Students, we get the answer in positive as we know that all the integers are positive. Thus, 52 minus 29 minus 6 is 87.